touching just poisonous boxes. Oh, let's get these poisonous boxes into the thing. I'm not sure if everything I ordered is in here. It feels awfully light. Why is my face itchy? Fuck, 2020 sucks. Just want to scratch my fuck. Whew. God bless towels and shit. All right. So, I opened up the computer case a couple episodes ago. I'm going to try to get Pasta to put these in some sort of order. Well, that was a waste of time and effort. So I'm building a NAS. A network attached storage. I have a NAS. I have the Synology NAS. The 1517 Plus, if Pasta wants to look up the Synology 1517 Plus. And it works. It works just fine. The problem is the hard drives in it, the Seagates, are just failing. I've had the whole unit now for 3 years, or 2.5 years, and I've changed out 2 of the Seagate drives. One died, and then I rebuilt it. And then a couple months later, another one died, and then I rebuilt it, and it's been fine. And now, a couple months later, one of them is in a failure state of 400 bad sectors, and the other one's in a failure state of it's not in a failure state, it's only got 82 or 88 failed sectors, which is apparently fine. So, according to JDM Watt, who hosts serverbuilds.net, I think, if Pasta wants to check out, there should be a forum at serverbuilds.net. He builds servers, and he builds RAIDs, and he builds NASs and everything else. So he convinced me to spend $2,000 while I'm in quarantine to build a NAS. And when you build a NAS, instead of like Synology, you buy it and it's this cute little box, little power supply, it's got its own operating system and all the ports and everything's perfect, and it's got these interesting little like you push the button and then your hard drive pulls out and you put it in. It's super easy and convenient. Not even an inconvenience. And that's great. The thing costs money though. That unit was like, if you pass the link in the description, it was somewhere near $800. And it holds 5 disks, and that's what it does. And that's what it runs, like a Unix system or a Linux system or a Unix-Linux system. And it's good. Wow, that is poorly packed for a motherboard, you fucks. Oh my god, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, he basically walked me through it. Like, you build a computer, a very, very, very basic computer. Like, it's gonna have an Athlon processor, like a 2-core Athlon. And you build that, and you shove a bunch of hard drives in it, so you gotta buy a case, you gotta buy a nice case, so you can fill a bunch of hard drives in it. You buy an Athlon processor, some cheap RAM, you don't need a video card. Hell, you're not even gonna run an operating system. This little PCIe, I have to talk about everything, and so Pasta has to link this. So Pasta, you just basically go back to like the order history, and this will be like all the same day. I guess we'll go with the smallest item, which is this. The Sandisk UltraFit 3.1 flash drive, and that is the tiniest little motherfucker I've ever seen. And what you do is, the way the computer is going to work, and I'm going to film a build of this computer, by the way. After I unpack all this, I have enough to start putting it together. I just don't have the RAM and the processor and the hard drives. But you don't need any of those things to get this thing going. But you basically have the hardware. This little USB key is going to hold the operating system. And every time you turn on the computer, it's going to load the operating system off your little card. That's it. This is where it lives. Plug it in, whoop. This is where your OS lives. It loads it into RAM, or it loads it into the cache, which is the M2 drive, and this will be the cache for the entire system. So when I'm taking things on and off the network, it caches them on this, which is only a 256. I could have gotten a bigger one, but I'm using it for storage. If I'm moving 100 gigs of data, that's still only half of what this is. So it can cache it and then slowly move it into the drives. And I've also been told that due to the no longer having limitations on like anything, like size, it means when I get a 10 terabyte drive, it's gonna be 10 terabytes. Pasta has got French fries and chicken nuggets. I'm gonna type jealous. Jelly, I'm gonna type jelly. Jelly. So it's gonna be a very different computer build than what I'm used to. This is gonna be the cheapest computer I've ever built. But then again, I also bought $1,500 in hard drives that I'm going to shuck and put in it. So it balances out. Basically, you're building a NAS, you're building a NAS. So this little fucker's 32 gigs. That thing's there. And then we're going to get to the next, the smallest fucker. Building a NAS. Unboxing. Keep an eye out for the full-on videos. These will probably come up before the full-on build video. This is a Sabrent SSD. An NVMe PCIe M.2 2280 SSD. High performance. That whole fucking thing. Gen 3 X4 solid-state drive. Just, ooh. Oh. Oh, look at... what? Why put it in the shitty cardboard if you're going to send it to me in a fucking metal case? Oh, I'm sort of turned on a little bit. Is that the stick that developed by Sabrent USA? I don't think it's made by Sabrent in the USA though. So here you go. This little M2 drive. If you don't know, and I only my computer in the office has it. My actual work computer. This is the future of hard drives because it is literally that. Plugs in and lays against your motherboard. It's just on it. You can't get shorter runs or faster fucking speeds than this son of a bitch. And they're so cheap now. Mine was expensive as fuck. Now they're cheap as fuck. They're cheap as fuck cheap. That's Sabrent. And then you just you load your operating system onto it. And it comes in up to, I think there was a 4 terabyte there, but the 4 terabyte was like $800. So you get a 256 or a 512 and you're still cheap. And here is the Sata PCIe card with adapter and a disc. Wow, driver USB. Driver disc. I haven't seen, it's not even centered. Who even prints those? Anyway, because I'm using this to hold just a shit fuck ton of hard drives, it probably needs more shit fuck ton of hard drives than the motherboard can support. You just buy one of these cards, boom, little PCI Express 1. Oh, by the way, never use the outside of a anti-static bag to put your things on it. This doesn't remove static. The actual bag itself prevents static from going into it by holding it on the outside. I learned that the very, very hard way by people yelling at me. But if you put this on there, that's all the static you were trying to keep off the thing is now around the bag. It's like having a bag you put your phone in to keep so it doesn't get horse shit on it, and it's just covered in horse shit. And look, my phone is so clean. No. So take this, you can put it on the cardboard. That's fine. So that's going to get installed. Ooh, yes. Lianshu Electronics. Pasta. This is a bunch of red cables. I had a red or blue. I was kind of interested in getting the blue because I've used so many reds. But they were not available. I needed shit delivered now because that hard drive is failing now. I'm going to take everything off that NAS and put it to this new NAS. Hopefully this week. It's Sunday now. Everything coming in on Tuesday. If I can get this thing running by Wednesday and transferring by Thursday, it should probably take a couple days to transfer. And then I'm going to try to repair that NAS and swap a drive. But at least I want to back up before anything fails. So this is a shit ton. This is 6 SATA cables, all matching. There's only going to be 6 drives right now. I can fit 8 in the actual case. So that's nice. These, big discussion on my live stream today. Huge discussion on my live stream today. Concerning conversion of Molex 4-pin, which if you've ever built or been inside a computer, you'll recognize a Molex 4-pin. These fucking staples are going to fall out, and I'm going to put one in my fucking slipper, and it's just going to be over. Where'd the other one go? Oh, Jesus Christ. Jelly of fake chicken. That's a first. I really can't type. That's a fist. ... Oh, fuck. I forgot the letter A. I gotta wash my hands and disinfect my board now. Anyway, I don't know what I kicked. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, big discussion because my power supply has these big Molex, and I need a shit ton of these. And the reason RAID builders use the Molex adapter is because if you use regular full-on SATA, sometimes when you shuck drives out of externals, like Western Digital or something will be a prick about it. They'll put a 3-volt signal to one of the pins that puts the drive to sleep permanently. And you have to fucking cover the thing or scratch or damage the fucking contact. Whereas if you use this Molex adapter, this is just power. They can't fuck with it. It's just power goes to this, and the fucking hard drives get power. So I got a 2-pack of these. He also said something about if it's crimped, it's bad. If it's injection molded, it's fine. Or crimped is fine and molded is bad. I think it's crimped is fine and molded is bad. So yeah, these are going to power the drives. And I have 10 and I don't only need 8 at most. So that's fine. This the adapter plate for that. I won't need. Oh, I bought 2 packages of those. Great. Great. Just all of them. Fucking all of them. I won't actually need all of them. I'm only going to need the 1 box. But let's just undo it. Case fans. Power cider. She's drinking cider. So according to JDM Watt, which I don't build computers all the time, but I've built computers. I spent a lot of time on them. I just cleaned this one out today on live stream. See those Noctua fans in there? You can never miss a Noctua fan because it's brown and cream. And I spent $170 on those Noctua fans in there. I have 2 92s on my graphics card. I got 2 120s in there, 2 60s in the back, 2 80s on top. It's a Noctua fan computer because it was supposed to be the quietest computer. And it sort of still is. And this is like legitimately 9 years on. The BIOS update in that was 2013. Well, according to JDM Watt, this company, which sells bulk fan, this is a bulk package of 5. Well, they can compete with Noctua for quietness. These Arctics. I mean, maybe? Arctic 12 volt 0.08 amp. Jesus, they don't even use amperage anymore. I mean, they have a really nice sweeping design on there. That's beautiful. So I got a 5-pack for like $27. A 5-pack. And the case already came with 3 fans. So that's going to be 8. Why is this even a thing? That's going to be 8 120 millimeter fans that I get to dick around with because I just need airflow. You're putting hard drives, you're putting data in there. He says you don't need to worry about power. I say bullshit. I say you need to worry about, heat. I say you have to worry about heat. Power is another story. I'm using my old Enermax that I built. My original, when I did the build on this channel, or the other channel, like the full-on, I'm building a PC, guys. And it was like 2.5 hours of unabridged building. I used that Enermax 530 watt, but then I started VRing, and then my graphics card sort of went like, fuck you, I need a 1,000 watt power supply. And I had to go out and buy one. So it wasn't like the Enermax failed. 2 more SATA connectors. It wasn't like the Enermax failed, it just didn't have what it took to run a GTX 1080. It wasn't rated for that at all. This is a very simple motherboard, holy fuck. Now, same deal with this, do not put it on top of the anti-static bag. Now I'm going to probably stop after this and unbox that thing on another video the next time something arrives. Because I don't need it right this second, and I'm trying not to touch things. Ow, it's sharp! Got pointy, pokey things in the back. Anyway, this is the Gigabyte A320MS2H. So let's look at it. That's where you mount the M2, right there. Little screw here, and it goes click and folds down. RAM slots, just 2. Athlon or socket AM4. Ba-boom. We have actually, oh, we got DVI, but not DVI-A. I need DVI analog. We got HDMI, so you can run a monitor to this to monitor it. Once it's set up, you basically don't need to. In fact, I've got those portable monitors, those 15.4s. I might just leave one of those. Oh, by the way, it's going in here. This computer build is going to be down there somewhere because it doesn't need to be in my living room. It really doesn't. This NAS will stay running, making sure everything works and everything's backed up before anything fails, and then it's gonna just get out of here. Wow, it's got a D sub 15. I got this up my my monitor, my big fucking Sony CRT, the GDM FW900, designed in Taipei. Wow, that's not something you usually see all the time. Usually, it's PCB made in China, designed in Taipei. I mean, it's a motherboard. System fan there, CPU fan there. I'm going to be using the stock cooler, so there's that. All right, so let me just bring this in here, and this is it. Where you at? This is it. Case. It's very black. Everything's very black. Oh, and we're 3D printing, by the way. We're at 61% of a cube. Doesn't look like a cube. The fuck are you building? Anyway, that's that. Next unboxing.